Good morning, everybody. It's Monday musing time, of course, which made my brain go to it's howdy doody time. And that's old even for me. Anyway, here to share some good news with you that we will be having a residency student brother join us next year. His name is Brother John Peter Anderson. He will be joining us sometime shortly after Labor Day. I was looking in our directory and saw that Brother John Peter is going to be 25 this year. I didn't look and see if he's already had his birthday or not, but was making me think that, oh, that was the age that I was when I went out on residency, when I went out to Salt Lake City back in 1994. And Brother John Peter wasn't even born yet. Oh, do I feel old? It's only going to get worse. Now I know how Father David and Father Vincent feel. The other piece of good news is that the cemetery is open again. So if you would like to go and visit your loved ones that are buried or interred at St. Dominic Cemetery, you're now able to do that. In Father LaSalle's notice, there was no mention of special hours, so I'm assuming that the usual hours for the cemetery are in place so that you can go again and visit your loved ones. And the other piece of modified good news is that last week we received guidelines from Bishop Soto's office about what will happen or what he wants to happen to keep everyone safe when we are able to gather for Mass again. But it's important for me to say that we do not have a date yet as when we are able to celebrate Mass. The bishop is just simply promulgating these guidelines so that parishes will be ready when that happy day comes. But again, we do not have a date yet. These guidelines are just now for parishes to implement in their own parishes. And that is what the staff and I are currently doing, taking the bishop's guidelines, which are based on the guidelines from the California Department of Public Health and the Centers for Disease Control, and applying them here at St. Dominic's so that when we are able to have Mass publicly again, that we can do so in a safe manner and a way that is honor and respecting of the Eucharist and celebrating Mass, but also in a way that is doing what we can to restrict the spread of this COVID-19 disease. Speaking of which, I was doing a little internet search before going online today as to how contagious this virus is, because I remember hearing that it is rather very, very contagious. And the number that epidemiologists use for that is called the R naught, fancy scientific term. But the R naught for the seasonal flu and the H1N1, do you remember that one? Back in 2009, that's the first time I remember being told by the bishop to use hand sanitizer before distributing Holy Communion, and that was also the first time that I remember that the precious blood was not distributed among the faithful. And the R naught for the seasonal flu and that H1N1 is between 1 and 2, which means that for every person that got or gets the seasonal flu or the H1N1 flu, that person would infect between 1 and 2 other people on average. And that's just with no restrictions in place, just going about daily life as normal. And the R naught for the Spanish flu that killed over 50 million people in the United States between 1918 and 1920, the R naught for that was between 2 and 3, which means that every person that was infected between 2 and 3 other people on average. And the CDC, I think, and others were estimating that the R naught for this COVID-19 virus is between 3 and 4, so a highly contagious virus. And I was reading one study that was done by a group of scientists back in the summer, back in July, that examined all the publicly available data from Wuhan, China, and was estimating that it could be as high as 6. So again, very contagious. So it's very important that all of us take these recommendations that the California Department of Public Health are putting on all of us very seriously, particularly washing our hands, to wear a mask when we're out in public, and to maintain a distance of 6 feet between one another from people that you don't live with, to prevent the transmission of this disease. Teresa was telling me of a story this morning that she read, that a church up in Butte County had some time ago had defied the governor's shelter-in-place order and held a church service, and that there were over 180 infections from that one church alone. So that the governor is going to watch churches very carefully in this gradual reopening of the state. And we will be doing our best here at St. Dominic's to go by those guidelines to prevent transmission, and also to prevent transmission to vulnerable populations. I was looking at the state statistics the other day, and I had kind of a oh my moment, because as you know that I'm going to be turning 50 next month, and the cutoff age is I think from 30 to 49 is one age group, and that's like 50% of the cases in this state. And then the next age group, which was I think 50 from 64, is 25%. So my age group is 75% of the cases in the state. So it is a serious disease, and that we will continue to, again, to keep one another safe in this. So again, just a reminder to continue your prayers, to continue offering your family rosary on Sunday, as the bishop has asked all of us to do. And I would be a bad Dominican if I didn't encourage you to pray the rosary every day, because it is a wonderful prayer and a way to unite ourselves to our Blessed Mother, who in turn unites us to Jesus, her Son, in these days. Just a reminder that the church continues to be open 7 days a week. We've been very fortunate in that we've had the church open throughout this pandemic, and that we've not had a gathering more than 10 people in this time. So that is quite a blessing. So just a reminder that the hours are 2 to 5 on Sunday, and on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the church is open from 9 in the morning until 7:30 in the evening, and from noon to 7:30 on Wednesday, so that the church can be clean on Wednesday morning. So again, expect an email from me this week. We'll be detailing in broad strokes of what the experience will be like when we're able to gather again. And again, unfortunately, we don't have a date yet for that as of 10:30 Monday morning, which is when I am recording this. But again, I will let you know as soon as we know. And God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.